And I think it was the pursuit of beauty that served me best.
Beauty is beauty, that's all there is to it. If you're interested in yourself, then you're stuck with yourself and you're stuck with your death. But if you get interested in beauty, then you launch on something mysterious inside your soul that grows and grows like a secret same thought until you're it.
Well, traditionally, meaning since the invention of print, the artist has had this role where the eccentricity and the bohemian lifestyle and so forth of the artist was tolerated because the argument was the artist is a kind of antenna for this mysterious thing called the future, and the artist would sound the alarm and bring the news.
Beauty is beauty, that's all there is to it. If you're interested in yourself, then you're stuck with yourself and you're stuck with your death. But if you get interested in beauty, then you launch on something mysterious inside your soul that grows and grows like a secret same thought until you're it.
And I've always been interested in beauty. And I've always been interested in beauty.
It's a shuddering situation. It's hard to let go of your selfhood and have a good time with beauty.
Isn't there yet another way to get a handle on this? And the answer is yes, but I'm not sure it's easier. It may seem at first easier, but that is aesthetic. The imagination must serve the ideal of the beautiful. The imagination must serve the ideal of the beautiful.
Beauty is beauty, that's all there is to it. If you're interested in yourself, then you're stuck with yourself and you're stuck with your death. But if you get interested in beauty, then you launch on something mysterious inside your soul that grows and grows like a secret same thought until you're it.
That which is taste is to be avoided at all costs. And 90% of the difficulty in your intellectual life would never have happened if you had just had better taste.
We're brought up to scheme and to battle to make it in the here and now. With gold, lovers, power, clothes, and a face from anyone from our mother to the next door neighbor cop can see and respect.
But it is entirely possible that we can make everyone a king, and we will still have bully and slave. And the addressing of the economic disparity doesn't change the structure of the human soul, then we will have to go deeper. And I don't know how this is going to look. There's a lot of tension in any community that discusses this kind of stuff over where the body lies in all of this. Can we solve our problems and maintain our individual existences?
Makes very little difference what happens the next 10 years, because the main thing in the universe isn't at all affected by these little shifts of anthills, musics, nations, marriages. The main thing's nameless, so I'll call it beauty, the king and lord of the cosmos, the perfect being who sits on a throne made of vanishing ink.
It is going to redefine what it is to be human. I think technologies are neither gods nor demons. It's what you do with it.
I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, starving, hysterical, naked, dragging themselves through the Negro streets at dawn looking for an angry fix. Angel-headed hipsters burning for the ancient heavenly connection to the starry dynamo and the machinery of night, who poverty and tatters and hollow-eyed and high sat up smoking in the supernatural darkness of cold water flats, floating across the tops of cities contemplating jazz.
We're brought up to scheme and to battle to make it in the here and now. With gold, lovers, power, clothes, and a face from anyone from our mother to the next door neighbor cop can see and respect.
In a sense, we don't do this kind of talk anymore because this is the future. You know, we have become the very thing our parents warned us against.
It's a shuddering situation. It's hard to let go of your selfhood and have a good time with beauty. We're brought up to scheme and to battle to make it in the here and now, with gold, lovers, power, clothes, and a face from anyone from our mother to the next door neighbor cop can see and respect.
At least create a world where those who aspire to transcend are not blocked in the aspiration.
Who bared their brains to heaven under the L and saw Mohammedan angels staggering on tenement roofs illuminated. Who passed through universities with radiant, cool eyes hallucinating Arkansas and Blake light tragedy among the scholars of war. Who were expelled from the academies for crazy and publishing obscene odes on the windows of the skull. Who cowered in unshaven rooms in underwear, burning their money in wastebaskets and listening to the terror through the wall. Who got busted in their pubic beards returning through Laredo with a belt of marijuana for New York. Who ate fire in paint hotels or drank turpentine in Paradise Alley death. Or purgatoried their torsos night after night with dreams, with drugs, with waking nightmares, alcohol and cock and endless balls, incomparable blind streets of shuddering cloud and lightning in the mind leaping toward poles of Canada and Patterson, illuminating all the motionless world of time between. Peyote solidities of halls, backyard green trees, cemetery dawns, wine drunkenness over the rooftops, storefront boroughs of tea-head, joyride, neon, blinking traffic light, sun and moon and tree vibrations in the roaring winter dusks of Brooklyn, ashcan rantings and kind king light of mind. Who chained themselves to subways for the endless ride from Battery to Holy Bronx on Benzedrine, until the noise of wheels and children brought them down, shuddering, mouth racked and battered, bleak of brain, all drained of brilliance in the drear light of zoo.
The dilemma of human freedom is that we don't know where we rest in the universal hierarchy of good and evil. In other words, what would we do if we could do anything? Would our transcendent impulses drive us to a kind of angelhood? Or, as James Joyce says, would we flop on the seam side? And the answer normally given is some would do one and some the other. Yes, but what if we erase that possibility of individual action, and is there then only one destiny? And then what shall it be, and who shall decide? I would be fairly pessimistic if I saw this all going on a level playing field. But it isn't going on a level playing field. Transcendence is favored.
Let the inner beauty that is in each of us speak. The temple is your body, and the priest is your heart. It is from here that every awareness must begin.
You do not have to sell out to any form of airheadism. You can be as tight-assed as you want. You can be as hard-nosed as you want. You can be as demanding, analytical, rational as you want. And the thing is bigger than you are. It'll just take you apart. It'll make you weep like a baby. So there's nothing about faith and sensitivity and reaching and no. When it comes, it kicks in the front door and takes you prisoner. This is the way to get somewhere. You'll never get anywhere if you believe in stuff, because, it'll take you 6 months to work through Babaji, and then you have to go on to somebody else, and life is just not long enough to give all these guys a crack at your enlightenment. And the great vindication is then that when you behave like that, when you take that stance, which you would expect would betray you into nihilism, depression, and so forth. Instead, no, that's works. That's the method. Then the gold, reject everything but gold. And you know what gold is? It looks like gold. It feels like gold. It's not something you have to... I'm amazed at what thin soup is dished out as spiritual food. And it's because we are, as individuals, conflicted.
Let the inner beauty that is in each of us speak. The temple is your body, and the priest is your heart. It is from here that every awareness must begin. Because the main thing in the universe is nameless. Lord and King of the cosmos, sitting on a throne made of visible ink. Now, beauty is beauty, that's all there is to it. If you're interested in yourself, then you're stuck with yourself, and you're stuck with your death. But if you get interested in beauty, then you have launched onto something mysterious inside your soul that grows and grows like a secret insane thought until you're it.
And I think it was the pursuit of beauty that served me best, because when I was a kid, first I started out collecting rocks, and then I collected butterflies. And then in my emergent phallic phase, I was an amateur rocketeer. And the major thrill there was setting off these explosive fuels and watching the possibility of shrapnel and all this stuff. And then as I got into rockets, I got into science fiction. And science fiction I really consider a proto-psychedelic drug, because what science fiction does is it gives permission to imagine. It says, try it this way, this way, this way. And then you get, as a kid, you get the idea, that anything is possible. That's what science fiction teaches you.
The weight of the world is love. Under the burden of solitude, under the burden of dissatisfaction, the weight we carry is love.
Nature seems to be in the business of building systems which transcend themselves. We can see that as far back in time as we care to look, and throughout all of nature. So it seems like we actually have a hell of a tailwind helping us toward the transcendent other. Probably that is what will make the difference. We couldn't have done it by ourselves, but we happen to be in a universe which is itself involved in the process of bootstrapping to higher levels.
Who can deny? In dreams, it touches the body. In thought, constructs a miracle. In imagination, anguishes, till born in human looks out of the heart, burning with purity, for the burden of life is love.
Plato felt that the world was approached through three paths: the good, the true, and the beautiful. But that goodness is controversial and truth difficult to discern, but that beauty has a kind of resonant self-evidence. And so, following beauty, it's my faith, will lead to the good and the true. And some beauty is, I'm a fan of extreme forms of beauty. Hieronymus Bosch and Redon and James Ensor. The beautiful can be grotesque. Of course, this then opens up a whole aesthetic can of worms that maybe we don't want to get into. Well, beautiful art is never bad. The beauty of the grotesque is the unique modern contribution to the discussion of beauty. And it's a higher form of perception. It's all very fine to find beauty in wildflowers and women dancing in diaphanous dresses and harpsichord music. And it's quite another to find beauty in ripped up railway tickets and found objects and smashed machinery and that sort of thing. The modern sensibility has been unsentimental and has, in that sense, I think, advanced the canon of beauty. Modernity, I'm feeling much better about now that it's over. You know, it's such a huge enterprise to look back on. You know, I mean, what faith, what simplicity, what naivete those people possess. I can hardly get over it. The 20th century, for all of its brutality and its flirtation with the dark side of the human soul, the counterpoint to that was its incredible optimism and idealism and simplicity.
But we carry the weight wearily, and so must rest in the arms of love at last, must rest in the arms of love. No rest without love, no sleep without dreams of love. Be mad or chill, obsessed with angels or machines, the final wish is love. Cannot be bitter, cannot deny, cannot withhold if denied. The weight is too heavy, must give for no return as thought is given in solitude, in all the excellence of its excess. The warm bodies shine together in the darkness. The hand moves to the center of the flesh, the skin trembles in happiness, and the soul comes joyful to the eye. Yes, yes, that's what I wanted. I always wanted. I always wanted to return to the body where I was born. Where I was born. Where I was born.